Hong Kong protesters demand China be held to account for 1989 Tiananmen crackdown.
Here's a summary of the article.
Hong Kong, thousands of protesters marched through central Hong Kong on Sunday as part of annual demonstrations demanding that China be held accountable for its democracy crackdown in and around Tiananmen Square 3 decades ago. Hong Kong and Macau are the only places on Chinese soil where the event is commemorated each year, while the democratic island of Taiwan also holds public gatherings for the victims. The Hong Kong demonstrators marched to China's main representative liaison office in the city, where some held up banners while chanting slogans including "The people will not forget." Many of the protesters also held up yellow umbrellas, a symbol of Hong Kong's 2014 pro-democracy umbrella revolution, while calling for the scrapping of a proposed extradition law that would allow people to be sent to China to face trial. Lawyers, business people and diplomats have expressed widespread concern that the law could extend China's control into Hong Kong and undermine the city's vaunted rule of law. The Hong Kong people have not forgotten the event of 30 years ago, said lawmaker Wu Chi-wei, who heads the city's main opposition Democratic Party. The Communist Party tries to erase those memories. But the Hong Kong people have kept it up and are looking for the day when the dictatorship on the mainland will end.
This post received a score of 39,789, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Crackdown is putting it really mildly. It was a massacre and a message to all the activists in China.
If you watch the videos of the protests before the massacre and look at the faces of the protesters, you will see hope. So much hope. You will see young Chinese men, also old but mostly young, looking around and cheering with some happiness but mostly hope that change is coming. It is so sad to watch videos of the same people carrying their wounded to ambulances, crying after the death and carnage they just saw. It is just heartbreaking.
I teach in Asia today, and many of the students are unaware of that side of history as well as the current political problems within China. Listen, everyone knows this is not an Asian-specific problem, but I submit that it is more of a problem within Asia than many would like to admit. China, North Korea, and Japan are easy examples, but it even stems further into the Middle East, East Asia, and in some ways in South Asia. Places like India are currently revising their history by right-wing politics, and have people ever heard of Burma? This is not an Asian-specific problem, but we need to point them out in Asia because they are current and real issues.
I heard a story from an archaeologist who visited China to do some work over there. He found a thing that explained, illustrated, whatever something really interesting. He showed it to his Chinese counterparts, supervisors, whatever, and they said, "Oh, no, we can't use that." What? Why not? Because our stories say X and that says the stories are wrong. We can only use things that illustrate the correctness of the stories. Very paraphrased, obviously, that mindset is horrifying to me.
This is what will eventually kill China, same as any other authoritarian regime. Eventually, you get a dictator that wants to micromanage so much out of paranoia, that they block all free thought and creativity. The more brilliant minds flee the regime, what's left are the yes men or the ones not creative, smart enough to run a country. The dictator eventually dies, there is nobody capable left of running the government, and it collapses.
Not to mention with the advance in technology, as long as the succession is handled well, we might see one of the longest-lasting dictatorship on the planet. Things can only go downhill for human rights in China.
Wait till longevity treatments start working.
Yeah, good luck with that. China has issues with its own history.
Shit, bro. China has issues with its present too.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.